He's been the face of morning broadcasts on one of America's biggest networks for years.
This one does hit close to home.
But Charlie Rose was missing on Tuesday morning, facing allegations he harassed a number of female staff who worked on another one of his shows. He's now been fired. His fellow presenters admitted it was a difficult story to report.
I've enjoyed a friendship and a partnership with Charlie for the past 5 years. I've held him in such high regard, and I'm really struggling because what do you say when someone that you deeply care about has done something that is so horrible? How do you wrap your brain around that?
Rose himself spoke out on the topic early this year after a leading cable news host was forced to stand down.
All of the cases that raise the issue of sexual harassment, which is a terrible thing, has probably been not exposed enough, not enough in sense of attention in the past, so that people were afraid to come forward. I think people are coming forward now.
But while the headlines have been dominated by the cases involving Harvey Weinstein, Al Franken and Kevin Spacey, previously unpublished data obtained by the Centre for American Progress says it's not just a problem for the elite and the wealthy. In fact, sexual harassment occurs at a much higher rate in industries with low-paying jobs, where women hold most of the posts. The data, obtained from the US Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, reveals that from 2005 to 2015, more than a quarter of sexual harassment charges came from industries with large numbers of service workers. Nearly 3/4 of sexual harassment charges include an allegation of retaliation, which could stop people from coming forward. And more than 80% of harassment claims came from women.
A lot of low-wage workers who simply often are not in a place to complain. They risk throwing their family into economic insecurity. They can't afford to lose their job. They're trying to make ends meet. And so they often just look the other way or feel like they'll get fired or risk some other retaliatory action.
Every day there seems to be new allegations against some well-known figure or cultural icon. But this data shows that the problem of sexual harassment is deeply ingrained in American culture, and people are speaking out to change that culture, change the climate, and ultimately to change the future. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, Washington.